special guest here at the Never Weds podcast. Me, what should you name her? All right, guys, me, Charlotte. We're going to discuss about bustles, different silhouettes that we recommend for each bustle. The French bustle, Olivia's favorite. A ballroom bustle.
See how beautiful this is, like picture perfect. All right, welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
As you can see, this is a little different setup than what
As you
we
see,
have.
we have a special guest here at the Never Weds podcast. Me, what should you name her?
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
I don't know.
Charlotte. Exactly like that.
Yeah, just like that.
All right, guys, me, Charlotte. Charlotte's Web.
Yeah.
Today is going to be a fun episode.
Yes.
It's going to be part 1 of 2 episodes that we're going to discuss about bustles.
Yes.
Generally, especially a bustle is generally the train of your wedding dress. It gets lifted up. It's generally used for the reception. Also to like, it's good for walking around, especially you have to like go from one place to the next, especially if you're doing wedding photos. Just it enables to, be more mobile. A train, there's so much fabric at the end that it gets very fatiguing. So the bustle helps, especially if you want to stay in your wedding dress for the reception.
Yes.
Most brides generally stay in the wedding dress. Other dresses, like especially like Scottsdale, they like to change out of it. But they still want a bustle.
Yeah.
It's interesting. But
Whatever.
I digress.
To each their own.
And what I noticed a lot, like in the beginning of my career, a lot of brides, when I ask like, oh, it's time to do a bustle, they have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They have no idea, like, what the hell is that?
Or they're like, does the train come up?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, it's
an
got that little
alterations.
string. I'm like, that's a hanger string,
That's
ma'am.
the hanger string. Yeah.
It's not.
Or it goes on your wrist.
Yeah.
No.
So there is an option called a wrist loop where there's just a loop and it goes on your wrist. But I just don't recommend that.
Because you can see it. It's on the outside of the dress, right?
Well, no, I do it where you can sink it in and you don't see it.
Okay.
But I don't like it, especially if you're with a train like this, I don't recommend. If you have a little small train and it lifts up and you don't mind like seeing the inner linings, then it's good. But to me, I just don't really care for a wrist loop. So we don't talk about that. We don't like her. But but like brides now, I've noticed that they know what a bustle is because they're like, oh, I need a bustle. And I'm like, oh, look at you. You girls are knowing your stuff now. I'm like, proud of you.
Or they had a really good stylist.
Are you talking about you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know exactly what to expect when they go to alterations.
But a little history fact. The bustle originated in the Victorian area, the 1800s. It wasn't a bustle like we're talking about now. It's just basically a crinoline where the woman, it used to be the whole cage part, and women didn't like that anymore. So now it was like more drawn to the back to accentuate the back and make it more exaggerated. That's why they call it a bustle. You like that dad joke?
That's a knee slapper right there.
Anyways, but yeah, it started in the Victorian just as like a fashion trend, but now it's obviously evolved into more a necessity, especially in wedding dress.
Yeah.
So there are so many different variations of bustles, but we're going to talk about. There are 4 main categories. I'm only really going to talk about 3. But the 4 are the American bustle, the French bustle, Olivia's favorite, a ballroom bustle, and then a royal bustle. And we're kind of going to talk about like, different silhouettes that we recommend for each bustle.
Yes.
We're going to talk about, I'm going to pin and show you what these bustles are going to look like, and generally just kind of have fun with it. The only thing I'm not going to show is the royal bustle because I hate that bustle.
Why?
So, do you know what a royal bustle is?
Kind of.
Okay, so it is very old school, like definitely like you it would go well in Bridgerton. Like,
Yeah.
so generally it's like it's little stacks of loops and a long string, and you just take the string and tie it up, and it creates this effect. A lot more cleaner, but it kind of goes, it's like a little mini French bustles, like all in line.
Yeah.
And it goes into the row. It's so super complicated. It's a bitch to sew.
Yeah.
So I never recommend it. And honestly, it's kind of outdated now. Like no girl likes the way it looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna kind of educate you guys a little bit as I stutter my words. Yeah, basically show you what is happening. I am gonna be pinning the French bustle and the ballroom bustle.
Yeah. The ballroom bustle is basically I would say your average bustle that everybody does, because it's super easy, but it's also very intricate with any dress, really.
So the ballroom bustle is basically taking the ends of the train and lifting it all up.
Underneath, right?
Yep.
Yep. And it just touches the floor. So the bustle essentially is for dancing and movement. So when you have this really long, extravagant train, you have the drama for the ceremony, and then you pin it up for the reception. Especially if you don't change, you want to be able to move, groove, dance. People aren't stepping on your train. But if you're changing, there is really no need to bustle. Just because you are changing, you could save some money in alterations. But if you plan on dancing, like doing your first dance or anything like that in your dress, and then changing afterwards for essentially the party, then I would recommend a bustle. And the ballroom bustle is just, it sweeps along the floor, and it's super pretty, especially when you have these pleats, like these box pleats and then these micro pleats. It essentially gives you almost a bubble hem, which correlates with the fabric placement that they do in some dresses, which is really cool. And I love a good bubble hem.
Oh, my knees.
And this is why Ken feels old, because
I was feeling
on his
super
knees all the
young.
time.
I was feeling super young, and now I'm like, oh, never mind.
Yep.
So here we are, the ballroom bustle. So generally with this style of dress, especially like a satin dress, I usually like to recommend either the ballroom or the French. The ballroom, obviously it depends on the type of dress too. Sometimes if it's like a very fitted dress, like a crepe, like plain, I usually recommend a ballroom bustle for that. It just creates a clean look. It looks exactly like the dress in the front, but it's not going to be as clean cut as the hem, but obviously it gives it more of a detail. It's just subtle, but it's more of a cleaner look.
Yes.
And then obviously a lot of my brides love this variation because they just it just feels good. It feels flat, like it doesn't accentuate anything up top. It's just clean cut.
It's continuous.
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like I can move. And that's one thing that's like the ding, 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 like, this is my bustle. Like, I feel like I'm moving. I feel like I can run. So that's where it's like, this is a good option for a bustle.
Right.
For this type of fabric, silhouette, I definitely recommend a ballroom bustle. I don't recommend like mermaid style. Don't
like
do a
the
ballroom.
points.
Yeah. Like the ballroom is not good for a mermaid style. It doesn't look good.
No, and plus if you have detail and you don't want to lose your detail, that is also
Yeah, you're gonna lose
something.
the detail.
Yes.
Like you want, if it's just plain satin, this is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously, because it has the buttons cascading down,
Mm-hmm.
obviously you'll lose a little some when it's folded over, but it's still continuous all the way down. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you still have that element that you
Yes.
need. And I just think it's absolutely perfect. I know when Olivia would give me brides, she would always recommend the French bustle,
Yes.
and I would always turn it into a ballroom
Yeah.
bustle.
I don't know why. No, the ballroom is very good, clean and classic.
Yeah.
But once we get to the French bustle, I'll tell you why I love it so much. But I always recommend it, no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not mermaid, because
Yeah, no.
it's hard to, because they have that seam that's right there.
Yeah.
Now if you did it on that seam, sure, but it's already, you almost already have a tail, so you don't want.
It just gets very. It looks clumpy too.
It does.
If you do it under. And again, with mermaids, they're always a detail at the bottom.
Yes.
So you're gonna lose that detail.
Yes.
And we don't want that. That doesn't look nice.
Right.
Especially like, yeah, there's a reason why there's so many different options of bustles for a wedding dress. You just want one that looks the best.
Right.
Because even though like the wedding's done, the pictures are done, you still want to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the ballroom can't go wrong.
Yes.
To me.
Yes. What bustle did you have on your dress?
Oh, yeah. Let us know what bustle you had. And did your bridal party pin up the bustle correctly?
Yeah. Or who did your bustle? Did they go with you to your appointment and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely.
Or did you cut your train off and not have to have one?
Oh, yeah. A lot of brides lately been wanting to cut the
They
train
want
off.
low maintenance nowadays.
Yeah. I had a bride. Oh, my God. It was so weird. She wanted the train cut, but not all the way. So we still had to bustle it. She just didn't like the train
Would she go
so long.
hip to hip? Oh.
So we had to like cut it like halfway, but it's still long, and we still had to bustle it, which to me was kind of more annoying. I'm like, that's more work.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't you just want to cut it off?
Yeah.
We can just cut it off.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, that is the ballroom. I think they also call it the ball gown too.
Mm-hmm.
But I always say ballroom.
It's very, very common in a bigger, poofier skirt.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple different silhouettes, of course, that bustles work a little bit better with the tighter silhouettes. But this one, you have your movement, you still have your drama, and you get a little bit of a bubble hem.
Bubble hem.
Bubble hem, which I love.
All right. Now it's time for Olivia's favorite, French.
Ah! Yes. Okay, so the French bustle.
She was ready to talk about this.
The reason why I love this so much is it also came to the light of like your like royalty. So everybody and their mother and their queens had French bustles, and it's essentially a little bit of a dimension in your skirt. So it gives you some fun to play with, but it's also there's a couple different ones. We'll figure out which one he's doing soon. But essentially, the fabric you tuck on the inside, and then it creates almost like a triangle in a way of fabric to where it just flows right. But this is also an older style. So the reason why I like this so much, I think, is because I don't really see it anymore. And when it was being done, it was like, you know, your crown royalty was doing it, which, you know, us, you know, in the States, we weren't. So the UK royal families and everything, they did that in their wedding dresses. But there's a couple different French ones that you can do, which makes it even more fun that you can kind of play with. And it's also a drop of fabric. So it's almost like it's droopy fabric. So if you have, say, satin, or even like if you have detail on your skirt, on like the trim of your skirt, you're not going to lose any of that detail because the trim is still being able to see. But I just think when it moves, it's beautiful. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Ta-da!
There's your French, people. There's your
See how
French.
beautiful this is, like picture perfect.
So, I will say that a French, it does, like for this type of dress, a French would be a good
Yes.
choice. It would be a good choice. If you want the regal, if you want a little drama behind, especially with the pleating, because you can really, like the way it's pinned, you can pleat it in a way that the fabric will cascade down beautifully, a beautiful water effect, and you still have all the detail of the buttons. And it's just like it creates a different design. And there's different options of the bustle. Like the way I pinned it is kind of like the standard French bustle. You can go higher, you can go lower, or you can do one layer and then 2 layers of bustle. So it's more cascading waterfall effect.
Yes.
So there's definitely options of what you can do and play with this. But yeah, this is more the reason why I fight with Olivia on this is because this is, I think, more of the trickier to set it up. To set up the French, like the bridal party and everything, generally there's like 2 options you can do. There's usually strings inside the dress where we usually number them. So you just match the numbers or match the letters and you just tie it up. And it works fine, but it's like you kind of have to keep an eye on out because sometimes those strings will
come
loosen
up.
up unless you really just tie and make it permanent.
Yeah.
And one thing I do that works well is like the loops and buttons. For me, it just stays on better than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you wanted a French bustle, this is generally what it is.
You do want one.
But yeah, it's just more, it's, I would say it's an old style, but people can still use it.
Yes.
If that makes sense. Like it's a little old school, but again, like people love Bridgerton. People like trends are always coming back.
Yes.
The only thing that can never come back is the royal bustle. That's the one thing because I am never sewing it. If you become a client of mine, I'm not giving you that option. Don't even try to ask me. But yeah, this is generally why I always say no to brides when Olivia tries to.
I do it anyways.
Yeah, she will try. She will try. I did one French.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
for
did.
Emily.
Yeah, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Beautiful. But that is a royal bustle, which is very similar to a French, but not as pretty.
Yeah, the royal. I think it's ugly.
Yeah.
I do think the French is beautiful.
Ruffle butt. Yeah.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of a dress in my early career. Oh my God, I was pissed. The bride comes in, we're doing a bustle, and I was gonna like, oh, we can do, she said like the French bustle. And I looked at it, I'm like, okay, yeah, we can definitely do French on this. This will look nice.
Sure.
But apparently her and her mom were at another store, same company, different store. And the ops manager there was recommending mini French bustles all over the back. All over the back. I think I still have a picture if I can find a picture, but I don't know. But I was just like, yeah. And the mom came in and she was basically saying like, no, like the manager, she showed me to do this, like, and I want that. And I'm like, what do you mean you want that? She's like, I want that bustle. The mom, like not even the daughter. The daughter's not even caring. And I'm like, are you serious right now? I'm like, ma'am, this is going to take so long to sew. People are not going to figure this out correctly.
No.
Do you know how? Okay, so with a bustle, it all depends on like the volume of the train,
how long
and everything.
it is. Yeah.
But you can, like a simple bustle with not a long train, you can do like 3 points easily. With this, you could probably do like up most 12.
Yes.
The bustle that I was talking about with the mom wanting, the little pinches, 36 points. 36 damn points. Damn points.
Need 36
And
points of Molly.
so the satin, I had to do that as a separate bustle because sometimes there's dresses with different layers and you want to bustle it differently, just so you don't add too much volume. But it was 2 layers, the satin, so I did that by itself, and the outer layer was the pinches. It was organza.
Oh my God.
And I'm literally telling the mom, you're gonna see the strings. You're gonna see all this. Like, it's gonna show. And she's like, I want that bustle. I'm like,
Then get it for yourself.
yeah, I was like, mother effing strike me dead. I was just like, oh my God, no. So she had to pay $300 for that bustle.
Just for a bustle.
Yeah, just for a bustle.
That's
kid you not.
crazy.
I was just like, I fought with that mom so hard not to do that bustle, but she was adamant.
How
She
did
did
it
not
look?
care. It looked cute.
Mhm.
I hope I took a picture of it, but this was years ago. And
Do you remember where you were?
oh yeah.
Type that location in, and it should pop up in your photos, or like the year. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh no. Hang on. Should be somewhere.
I think it looks so good. I can't get over it.
You're just so obsessed.
Well, if we can find that picture, we'll put it in here somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
But
yeah, that is Le Franche.
La Franche.
Olivia's
Bustle.
favorite. Let us know what you think of this one.
Yes.
Let's take a look at the front, actually.
Ta-da!
Shout out to Sadie. She let me borrow these dresses.
Yep.
She used to work at this company called Priscilla. They closed down, and she was able to take some of these dresses. So I was like, oh, can I borrow some of these?
Yeah.
I'm like, we need to do a tutorial.
I know. So this dress is silk, satin silk, it looks like. But you have your standard box pleat in the front, ruching. So what designers do in clean dresses is they manipulate fabric into making it a detail. So that's what this designer did. Has pockets, and then you have your micro pleats on the sides, kind of covered by, so embroidered beading on the sides, and then one shoulder. And
Honestly, if you got rid of the beading, this would probably be like a modern dress that
I was
people
about to
still
say,
wear.
it's technically what looks drop waist, because this is so long, but I wonder if it's true waist.
I want a basque waist.
I want
a basque waist.
But yeah, so they messed with the pleating and ruching, and that's how they kind of detailed this dress without barely any detail.
Mm.
And that's why when you have a cleaner dress, you should do a French bustle, because if they manipulate the fabrics into all these ruchings and pleats and stuff, that's what they do with the bustle. It's perfect.
Yeah, guys, that's what they do.
It's perfect.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The hell?
The fuck?
The fuck?
That was so good. That was so good.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. So here's more dad jokes.
Yeah.
So this is all for the millennials, early 2000s. Have you ever heard of that song? Every day I'm hustling, hustling, hustling.
Yeah.
Well, every day I'm bustling, 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 bustling. Okay, we'll edit that. That was really bad.
We need a music.
We don't know how to beatbox. Or for the
blooper.
Or for the Gen X and Boomers, that song like, do the hustle, do the hustle, do the bustle.
I think we need a music career. Make songs about wedding dresses.
We're here for your entertainment, guys.
No,
you should
literally.
enjoy this.
This is, yes.
Stay for the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm going to show you the American bustle. They also call it like the over bustle.
Yeah.
You'll see why. And we'll talk about a little fun story.
Yay. Oh, yes.
A little gossip.
Yes.
I mean, it's not that bad.
No.
Well, It's a
Well,
little
it
bad.
is,
Yeah.
but we saved her life. Well, her dress's life.
You are so fucking hungry. All right.
Okay.